Hi, I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and hi, I am Josh, fighting the diseases of addiction and mental health. Today I will be sharing my experience, strength, and hope as we do some of the daily readings. So this first one is from the Daily Stoic, and it is July 4th. Somewhere, someone's dying. Whenever disturbing news is delivered to you, bear in mind that no news can ever be relevant to you, to your reasoned choice. Can anyone break news to you that your assumptions or desires are wrong? No way. But can they tell you someone died? Even so, what is that to you? A well-meaning friend might ask you today, what do you think about insert tragedy from the other side of the world? You, in your equally meaning concern, might say, I feel awful about it. In this scenario, both of you have put aside your reasoned choice without doing a single thing for the victim suffering from the actual tragedy. It can be so easy to get distracted by, even consumed by, horrible news from around the world. The proper response of the Stoic to these events is not to not care, but mindless, meaningless sympathy does very little either, and comes at the cost of one's own serenity in most cases. If there is something you can actually do to help these suffering people, then yes, the disturbing news and your reaction to it has relevance to your reasoned choice. If emoting is the end of your participation, then you ought to get back to your individual duty, to yourself, to your family, to your country. So that's actually a pretty interesting read. Most of the time, there's bad stuff happening in the world all the time. Right now, the big news is Russia and Ukraine, and from that perspective, I do know that a lot of my friends and I have, participated in some sort of donation or campaign to try and help, but we don't really have boots on the ground. We aren't physically there. But yeah, that one's a tough one. So we try and contribute as best we can in terms of picking the right charities that are actually using the money towards helping those people. But at the end of the day, it's still, we revert back to, oh yeah, that's bad over there, we did what we could, but now it's time to focus on things that we're doing. So that one's tough. It really is. So my strength is just each morning when my feet hit the ground, just expressing my gratitude that I'm here, that I'm safe, that my family's safe, that my friends are safe, that I'm not in that same type of situation. I can't even imagine what it's like. So that one's really tough for me. And then my hope is that it comes to some sort of peaceful resolution. And I don't have much to say about all of that just because I don't get into politics. That's one of the subjects that I tend to stay away from personally, because I think we're divided enough, and I would hope that human beings realize that we're all on the same side. It's just humans and humans, regardless of where you come from, these imaginary borders that we set up, these various flags, we all bleed, we all eventually die, and it's generation after generation after generation. But at the end of the day, we're all trying to eat, survive, be employed, protect our family, and spend time with our friends. That's pretty universal, but that's just me. Regarding my fellowships and my hope for all of you is that you are able to be of service in some small capacity, whether that's making coffee, stacking the chairs, being a men's liaison or treasurer or chair, doing even the smallest bit to provide service to your fellow man, whether that be opening a door, helping someone with groceries. It can be small, but service to help others is a big part of the program. And you don't need any awards or accolades for it. You just do it just to be of service. So I hope that I'm capable of doing that today, and I wish that for all of you. So with that, remember to stay safe, stay strong, and stay sober. I'm Josh, the founder of the Accountability Group, and I am also Josh, still fighting the diseases of addiction and mental health.